The unused gifts and talents were withdrawn from the man and given to the person who was faithful with many gifts. You begin to defile your marriage bed because it is a common thing around you. A new plan, a new way, a new place, a new city, a new job. A star which is too hasty to shine forth will shine in the day and will never be seen. Yours sincerely, Mike Bamiloye. I am speaking to you on living a life of grumbling and complaint. Exodus chapter 17 verse 3 to 4. It says, "And the people tasted therefore water, and the people complained against Moses and said, Why is it you have brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst? So Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, What shall I do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me. And the Lord spoke to Moses to go to a rock nearby on which he would stand. He instructed him to strike the rock, and water will come out for the people to drink. And Moses did so. And there was a spring of rushing cold water from inside the rock again. Trust Israel. They will give him praise again. The children of Israel went on and on in this attitude of grumbling and murmuring upon complaints, complaints upon complaints. And God kept on enduring this attitude. Then in Numbers chapter 13, he sent their leaders to go and spy the land so that they could have assurance of the beauty and genuineness of the land he was taking them to. The spies came back and complained that there were giants on the land God was taking them to. Numbers chapter 14, verse 2 to 3 says, "And all the children of Israel complained against Moses and Aaron. And the whole congregation said to them, If only we had died in the land of Egypt. Oh, if only we had died in this wilderness. Why has the Lord brought us to this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and children should become victims? Will it not be better for us to return to Egypt?" That was where they blew up the chances of getting to Canaan land. All they could offer God was complaint upon complaint. Then God was fed up with these burdensome, complaining people. They did not continually give him praise he deserved. Then God became angry at them and declared his verdict on them in Numbers chapter 14 verse 21 to 23. He says, "But truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, because all these men who have seen my glory and signs which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have put me to test now this 10 times, and have not heeded my voice, they certainly shall not see the land of which I swore to their fathers, nor shall any of those who rejected me see it." That was the verdict that prolonged their journey and made them waste away their lives in the wilderness. They will journey without getting to destination. They will labor without result. They will plant without harvesting. They will sow without reaping, because they had seen the glory of God and had taken him for granted. They had seen astounding wonders of God without appreciating him. They had seen their previous prayers answered. They did not give him the praise due unto him. They dishonored him with their incessant complaint and grumbling. They were always only complaining about their needs, not giving praises for the good things the Lord has done for them. Psalm 106 verse 24 to 26 says, "Then they despised the pleasant land. They did not believe his word, but complained in their tent, and did not heed the voice of the Lord. Therefore, he raised up his hand in an oath against them, to overthrow them in the wilderness, to overthrow their descendants among the nations, and to scatter them in the land. Has this been the picture of your life? Has this been your regular lifestyle? A life full of consistent complaint before the Lord, a life that centered on present pressing need without considering the other wondrous deeds of God in your life. He gave you a good job, loving and understanding spouse, peaceful relatives and family. He gave you good health and delivered you from the grip of the devil and rescue you from death. He is so good to you, but you constantly blackmail him for not yet giving you a child, or not giving you your due promotions, or not fulfilling a promise that he has made. Some children of God blackmail God for not giving them a job. They complain before him and are embittered in their heart, forgetting his goodness for answering their prayers and giving them good husband or wife. Some are in contention with God because they have not yet secured the visa that they were looking for. While many others have abandoned their ministerial duty post in anger and dejection because God had not given them the man or woman to marry. Ministerial journeys are full of provisions and lacks, full of ups and downs. It contains mountains and valleys. The Lord exposed the Israelites to serious thirst and hunger in the wilderness, and then gave them only one particular meal for years to test their heart if they will obey his voice or not. You must learn to always give him the praises for what he has done and what he is yet to do. Numbers chapter 14 verse 22 to 23 says, because all these men who have seen my glory and the signs which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have put me to test now days 10 times, and have not heeded my voice, they certainly shall not see the land of which I swore to their fathers, nor shall any of those who rejected me see it. It is frightening to know that God was keeping record of their complaints. He counted that they had complained in his ears 10 times, and he gave a verdict against them. He allowed them to labor and journey without reaching destinations or coming to their harvest. As you pray and trust the Lord for overflowing expansions in your life and ministry, watch out. Don't let your pressing need make you cancel God's glorious destination. He hates grumbling and complaints. He loves to be praised. I am yours sincerely, Mike Bamiloye.